Good morning, dear students. In the last video, we have seen the change in internal energy. Internal energy is symbolized as capital U and UP, that is the internal energy of the product, and UR, internal energy of the reactant. The difference in internal energy of product and reactant is termed as delta U. So delta U is equal to internal energy of product minus internal energy of reactant. For this change of internal energy, we can consider two conditions. First condition is internal energy of product is greater than internal energy of reactant. If internal energy of the product is greater than reactant, then the difference in the energy is positive. It means internal energy during the reaction is increasing. And if internal energy of product is less than internal energy of reactant, the second condition, then difference in the internal energy is negative, means during the reaction the internal energy decreases. So, in any reaction system, how energy is increased or decreased? That is now a question with us. Here we see that product and reactant, if the condition is differ, there is increase and decrease in the internal energy. So, in a system, how this happens? So, let's have an example here that in winter, when we feel cold, we close the room by closing the window, by closing the doors, so that the cold air will not enter the room. But still, if we feel cold, we supply heat by the heater. So what happened here? We have supplied heat energy. A room is provided by the heat energy. So what happened? A room is a system. Now the system is attaining somewhat equilibrium by acquiring the energy. So, change in the energy here is due to the heater. And so we can say that heat is the mode of transformation for the energy. The cool energy is now converted or transferred to the heat energy, and it is because of the heater. So heater is the mode of transformation. So let us see some other factors which are affecting the modes of transformation of energy between the systems and the surrounding. The first is heat, which is denoted by Q. Now, when system is giving heat to the surroundings, then system loses heat energy and temperature decreases. So what happens? System loses heat energy. So here the heat energy is negative because the energy is lost from the system. And thus the mode of heat transfer is system here. How the heat is transferred? What is the mode? The mode is system because heat is transformed from the system. On the other hand, when system is getting heat from the surrounding, that means surroundings is giving heat to system, then system is absorbing. It is taking heat from the surrounding, so its temperature increases and the positive heat energy is attained. Thus, the mode of heat here of transformation is surrounding. Clear? So what is the mode? The mode is a substance, a device, a material which is responsible for transfer of the energy. The second factor is work. It is denoted by W. In a general manner we can say, or in a physics if we can say, then work is force into displacement, right? Applied force into the motion of that particular substance, that is called the displacement attained by the substance or an object. So force into displacement is termed as the work. But as per the chemistry, two types of work are considered. One work is electrical work and the another work is mechanical work. In electrical work, exchange of energy takes place between system and surroundings. Now we know what is system and what is surrounding, right? So here let's have an example. Here a chamber is taken, or we can say a big beaker of a water is taken here, and in it emergent rod is dipped. Emergent rod, that means a rod which is fixed with the electrical circuit. So when this rod is dipped into the water, then whatever the heat is attained by the rod is supplied to the water here, or we can say heat is provided by the emergent ray rod to the water. Then what happens? After a while we will see, or we will feel that the temperature of water is increased, right? So this is the one way how we are going to do the electrical work. Thus, what happens in the beaker? The temperature of the system will be more than the surrounding, because the rod which is in the beaker will supply the heat. So the beaker which is filled is the water is system, and the surrounding is the outside of the beaker. Thus it can be said that electricity has done some work on the system, that is the sample of water in a beaker. So in electrical work, work is done by transfer of electrons from one terminal to other. As a result, that means the electrons are passing current. What happens when the electric current is passing? That means it is from one terminal to other. So here when the transfer of electrons is from one terminal to other, it means the current is passing. And so here work done is determined in the terms of charge, because electron is having some charge, and when these electrons are transferring from one terminal to other, then we can say that the current is passing, and that is termed as work done in the terms of charge. So it means whatever amount of coulomb. Now what is coulomb? Coulomb is the measuring unit of the charge. So the amount of coulomb is transferred, that amount of current is also transferred, and as per that the temperature of system increases. So whatever the amount of the electrons are transferring from one terminal to another terminal, that amount of the charge is transferring, and as per that amount the current is transforming, which is also proportional to the increase in the temperature of the system. So this is how electrical work is carried out. The next is mechanical work. Now in chemistry, the prominent work considered is mechanical work. So as far as concerned with the systems of the chemistry, whatever the reaction systems are considered, they are mostly considering mechanical work. So let us have an example here. When we rub our hand palms, right? When we feel too cold in winter, what we start doing? We start just rubbing our palms. And after a while or after some time, what you feel, what you experience? We feel that both of our hands get heated up. So now let us think why it happened and how it happened. So it's simple for us to answer that it happened because of the force of friction. Because when we are rubbing our hand palms, there is a friction between the two surfaces of the palms, which is termed as force of friction. And how it happened? It happened because we are continuously moving our hand palms. So again one more here thing is to be understand, that is the movement, right? So what is the thing? Whenever the movement is going to be applied, whenever the movement is going to be applied and the work is done, then it is termed as mechanics. Mechanics, that means a work done because of the motion, right? So let us have one more example over here, that we have seen many engines, right? Then why or when an engine is working, it is due to some energy. All the engines which we have seen or which we are known, we know that they are working because of some energy, right? So in terms of mechanical engineering, how and by what these machines are working, this is the one question. And what energy is supplied to make them all work. So these all is being studied in the terms of mechanical work. So once again, a sample of beaker's water temperature can also be increased by mechanical work. In the previous example, we have seen that by dipping the emergent rod where the electrical work is supplied, the temperature was increased. So we can say that the electrical work is worth working in it. So now here let us see that is temperature increasing, or is it possible to increase the temperature of the sample of the beaker water by the mechanical work. So here the big chamber of water is taken, in which a paddle wheel, that means you can see here a wheel with some paddles are dipped in it. Now when this wheel is churning, that means see, when from upper side, if this wheel is rotated like this and this clockwise, anti-clockwise, right? You see here this way, this way. If your mother is making a butter from the milk which is she has kept fermented for a week or a couple of weeks, and when she is making the butter and buttermilk, she used to churn it by the help of the churner. In Gujarati we say valoni. So here what happens, these paddles, see here I have shown the rotation, they will start rotating inside, and due to that what happens, the water molecules will start churning due to this churner paddle wheel, and they will come into the motion, they will start movement, and in that movement they will start even colliding with the pedals, which we can say they will undergo the force of friction, right? And due to that, after a while, this water will get heated up. So what happened here? Here, because of this mechanic device, the temperature of the water gets heated up, and so we can say mechanical work is worth in the beaker, right? So here the same explanation is done, that because of the force of friction between the paddles and water molecules, the temperature increases. So what happened here? The transferring of an energy is provided through the paddles of wheel into the water, which we can term as mechanical work, a work done by the paddles of the wheel into the water, and because of that the paddles energy is transferred to the water and the temperature increased. Now over here we are going to do one special kind of mechanical work in terms of gaseous state, and which is known as pressure volume work. Pressure volume work is a work generally correlated in the terms of the gas and its energy. So now, whether electrical work or mechanical work is done, in both work, energy is producing in the system. What is the system? The reaction which is under our observation is the system. So the SI unit of energy is joule. Now when we are talking about the transferring of this energy in the system and the surrounding, we must know what is the SI unit of the energy. SI unit of the energy is joule, and this unit is considered or it is given because in the honor of scientist Joule. So let us see the practical which is carried out and observed by the scientist Joule. He is the first scientist to do work on the water. Scientist Joule was the first to do a work on the water. What he did, he took 1 kilogram of water and tried to increase 1 degree Celsius temperature of it. By doing so, he observed that some specific amount of energy is required, and that energy is equal to 4.186 kilojoule per kilogram. So, while doing the practical for 1 kilogram of water to increase its temperature by 1 degree Celsius, he found that the 4.186 kilojoule per kilogram energy is required. Thus, he concluded that for electrical work or mechanical work, to increase the temperature of any system, see here, any system, that means other than water, if any other reactants are taken, then for such all system, to increase 1 degree Celsius temperature, an amount of 4.186 kilojoule per kilogram energy is required. This he concluded by doing series of practicals, right, which he started from 1 kilogram water. So, in addition to this, he added that work or energy or heat can be transferred. See here what he added: work or energy or heat can be transferred in any matter by the modes of transfer, right? In the thermodynamics, this chapter, later on we will see that work is considered to be the energy is considered to be the heat. So if heat energy is changing, then that energy is in the relation of the work, right? So this is all about the practical which was done by the Joule. And now we will see the relation of work and the change in the volume in the tomorrow's video. Thank you.